Awesome. Now, let me deal with Saurav's question first, then I'll take up others.
I understood. We cannot do one because some cases we can have less than 30 also.
Perfect. Awesome. Everybody understood? Any doubts in that point?
No.
Okay, awesome. Now let's move
to... Could you please repeat that? I didn't... Sorry. I did not get Saurav's. Could you please repeat what did Saurav ask?
So Saurav was asking, if we are multiplying 30 again, dividing 30, why don't we make it 1?
Correct. So I was also having the same question. Was mentioned somewhere like it has to be like 31 days, or is it something randomly you took 31 days?
No, it can be 31, it can be 32, it can be 40, it can be 20, it can be anything. Leave credit
right.
per
Number
month.
of days in a month is maximum 31 and minimum can be 28.
No. That is not number of months in a, number of days in a month. That is leave credit allowed to a employee per month. That's what.
Sami, you have to do some work also. If you are taking 30 days leave in a month, when will you work?
No, it's not for that. I thought it's like something 31 days you had mentioned over there.
Okay, no problem. It's okay. So that's what, if it is 26 in a case, then automatically this multiplication value will be 26, as I mentioned, or actually if less. So if it is becoming 26, now it is not becoming 1. So we cannot do it 1, right? So I hope that clarifies all the doubts. Now, Sana, you are asking for 40,000, right?
Yes, Dheeraj.
So 40,000 is the salary. That's in the formula only, right? So what I said earlier was into salary. But we cannot multiply salary with a day's figure. So I just modified that day's figure into month's figure. So the formula that we're going forward will be remembering is number of completed years into 30, or actually if less, divided by 30 into salary. Now, because into salary in the formula only I'm giving you, some 40,000 is the salary which you are going to multiply. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. That is given in the formula only. We have to remember there is no logic to it. Okay, just a calculation only. So, any doubts in this? Now I'm replacing this here because this is very complicated the way it is given there. And here also I'm writing my language WEL. WEL starts for the whichever is lower. So, okay, all right. Now, if I quickly repeat what we discussed now, is the leave encashment we are talking about. And for government employee, it is fully exempt. For non-government employee, we have to calculate 4 values: 3 lakhs, 10 into average salary, actual leave encashment received, number of years of completed years into 30, or actually if less, divided by 30 into salary. Whichever is lower, we're going to take that. And this value is what? This is the exemption value. This is the exemption value. That we will deduct from the actual value we have received, and that will give us our taxable value. Any doubts? Okay. Now here when we say salary, here about dearness allowance, let me clarify. Again, I'll give you the logic to remember this, when it is included, when it is not included. Now I'm just telling you, for the leave encashment, dearness allowance will be included only if it is a part of salary for gratuity purpose. It is a part of salary for gratuity purpose. Okay, there is this thing that they call that it is a part of salary. Sometimes they say like that. So the whole logic is government has given some facility based on the fact that when dearness allowance is part of the salary for gratuity. What does that change? It changes the amount of gratuity that the government receives. Dearness allowance, when it is added to the basic salary, gratuity value is more. And when that happens, government gets more benefits. When government receives more benefits, it gives also more benefits. So whenever that will happen, your exemption amounts will be more automatically. So forget about all of that. You don't have to remember. Just for discussion, I told. Here for leave encashment, dearness allowance will be included only if it is part of salary, which was different in gratuity. In gratuity, it was always included. Here it will be included only if it is a part of salary. For this question, let me give you the information which you are going to read. Dearness allowance is not part of salary, so it will not be included in the salary for the calculation of leave encashment exemption. Okay, let's read through this line. Leave encashment of 3,30,000 is received for 330 days. So leave credit that was available at the end of the employment for this guy is 330 days leave balance in his account. He was credited 30 days of leave for each completed year of service. 30 days of leave for each completed year of service. So he has finished somewhere around 30 years. He has been awarded 30 days for each year, and on that basis you have so many 900 days, but out of that he has already utilized some 570, and he is left with some 330. That's what is the simple calculation. By reading the line only, you should be able to connect these dots. So his number of years of service is 30. He is credited with 30 days of leave. He is awarded, he had 330, and his leave encashment amount is 330,000. Now you tell me how much should be the taxable value for leave encashment, please.
He will be eligible for 3 lakh only, right?
Sorry, come again.
He will be eligible for 3 lakh only, right? That is the lowest.
3 lakh, give me 1 second. No, 3 lakhs is the incorrect answer.
B, okay.
Dheeraj, for the second provision, wherein we said 10 into average salary,
Yeah.
for the average salary, we are not adding the dearness allowances, what
No,
you
we
said,
are not
right?
adding. We're not adding. For the whole provision.
So that, yeah. Okay, I'm having difficulty in calculating using the formula that you had shown. The second one, sorry, the first one, in fact,
First one,
number of
okay.
completed years.
Okay.
So what do we consider then? 330 days. I'm very confused.
330 days. Okay. I got it. I'll tell. I'll be solving it either way. Let's just wait for if somebody else can do it. I'll take it up. Not a problem.
Sure, Dheeraj. Can you show the sum once, Dheeraj?
Please. Yeah. Here it is.
Thank you.
Leave encashment is the average of 10 months salary, right, Dheeraj? So it will be same only, right? Average of 10 months salary or per month salary will be same only, right?
Sorry, I didn't get you. 10 months salary as in?
I'm saying there was 1/4 one, right? 10 into average salary, right?
Yes. Correct. It'll be same.
So, yeah.
20,000.
10 months ka average salary is the same monthly salary only,
2
right?
lakhs, right?
2 lakhs, yes.
So that is the 2 lakhs. So that's the answer then.
So
yes, 2 lakhs is the answer.
3,30,000 minus 2 lakhs is the answer, right? 1,30,000.
Yes.
Taxable
That is the
amount.
taxable value. Yes.
So we calculated one was 3 lakhs, the other one was 2 lakhs, then 3,30,000. What about the fourth one? That is what I want to know.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'll tell you.
Okay, actual paid minus whatever is the exempted amount, remaining one will be the taxable amount. Why is a lot of practice? But Dheeraj, why didn't we did this subtraction for a gratuity case where the actual gratuity paid was 6 lakh, right?
Yeah.
But the exempted gratuity was 5,19,230.
Yeah.
Then taxable gratuity should be 6 lakh minus that 5,19,000, right?
We are doing that, no? I was telling that, no? This will be that this amount is the exemption value. The final value will be taxable value will be 6 lakh minus that value. I was telling,
I
no?
think I missed that part. Then.
Okay. No problem. Okay, I have made a small mistake. I have not considered, I have to revise that formula a bit. So, okay, give me just 1 second. Okay, so another thing has to be added here. So what happens is you have number of days leave credit available with you, right? Credit leave actually available with you. Completely my bad, I should have considered this. So we are calculating number of completed years into 30 or actual if less. Whatever we calculated here is the total number of days of leave that is allowed to an employee or actual available, whichever is lower, or actual available, whichever is lower. We'll be calculating this and then multiplying the salary. I'll just quickly do that in this sum so that it gets more clarity about it. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Yes. So I'll just calculate this, okay, for this sum. What is happening here very quickly to clarify things, completely my mistake, I should have considered that. So we have total number of years is 30 and our provision is 30 days. So it comes to 900 days, 30 into 30. Yes, everybody agrees? The first part of it, number of completed years into 30. Then actual number of days available is 330, right? Actual number of available is 330. Now you take whichever is lower from it. That becomes 330. Make sense?
Yes.
Then you divide this by 30. That comes to 11. We are converting into months only. That's all we are doing. We divide it by 30. We have the division, no? That's what. Then we multiply that with 20,000. I'll repeat it. 30 years of service was there into 30 because 30 days only allowed as per income tax. That comes to 90. That 900 comes to 900. We compare it with actual days of credit that was available. That is 330. Whichever is lower, that comes, which is 330. Divided by 30, that comes to 11. 11 you multiply with the monthly salary. That comes to 2,20,000. So everybody must have got all four values. Yes.
What is 11?
I have a question.
11 is 330 divided by 30. That divided by 30 is there, no?
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, yes, Anusha. You are asking.
Dheeraj, the first comparison that we are doing, that is redundant, right? Whether 330
No,
is
no, no,
lower
no.
than
That is not.
900
No,
or
no,
not.
that is not. That is not. I'll give you. I'll change this question in a bit. Look at this. Okay. Suppose. Give me 1 second. Suppose he was credited with 40 days per year. 40 days per year, and as per this basis, he is left with suppose, for example, I would say, because it is 40, so it comes to 1200 total. So he's left with some good 950 days of leave.
Mhm.
Okay, suppose this was the example. So what we would have done, this is 30 years of service. Even if this is 40, we're going to take 30 only, because that is allowed. Okay, that comes to 900. Yes.
Oh,
Now your actual is 950 now. Your lower will be 900.
okay.
Accordingly, your calculation will change. So definitely
Okay, I
everything
missed
is.
that 30, I mean, actual, whichever is
Yes,
lower,
yes,
at that
yes.
part I
Got
missed.
it.
So I was thinking original, however number of leaves are there,
Yes,
that
yes.
and the current rate.
So this is what is the logic. Let me do one more thing. Okay, just change it to in a way that it will be actually more easily readable. Number of years of service into 30, or actual if less, or actual available, whichever is lower. Into divided by 30 into salary. Okay. So I'll read out the provision once more. Leave encashment we are talking about. We are calculating the exemption value. Government employee, it is fully exempt. For non-government employee, 4 values are there. Number one is 3 lakhs, 10 into average salary, actual leave encashment. Other one is number of completed years into 30, or actual if less, or actual available, whichever is lower, divided by 30 into salary. Make sense? Yes?
Yes.
Can somebody please revise the provision once more?
While looking at it.
No, I'm changing the page. Yeah, just try. It's okay. I'll go back. This is little.
So the answer is 1,30,000 now.
1,30,000.
Taxable leave encashment.
1,30,000 is the correct answer. Yes, yes, perfect. Yes, Anusha, go ahead. No.
Okay, I'll go. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, just let me formulate my thought one.
No problem. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So the number of years that the employee has worked multiplied by the number of leaves that are eligible per year. If that exceeds 30, then we will just take 30. That amount and the amount of leaves that are actually left out of those, whichever is lower, that multiplied by the salary and divided by 30.
Perfect. Now simplify it a bit.
Complicated it.
No, simplify a bit. Now you do simplification. Not a problem.
Okay. So whichever out of the two leave balances is lower, either the actual leave balance or the maximum of 30 days into the number of completed. Okay, I'll just look at it and say
Say
it.
this. Not a problem. Number of completed years into 30, or actual if less, or actual available.
So basically, totally available leave versus whatever is the credit leave, whichever is lower, divide by 30, multiplied by salary.
The only thing that you missed was the 30 or actual if less. Okay, so do revise it when you are doing it. The language, you can keep it for yourself. You can follow my language also, as I'm saying. So anybody who is not listening to this discussion, if they look at this language, they won't understand anything. But we know what we are doing, right? So what I'm saying is number of completed years into 30, or actual if less, or actual available, whichever is lower, divided by 30 into salary.
Do we need to write it into working note also?
No, in the working note, you do the calculation. You don't write the formula, right? Make sense?
Yeah.
So you do the calculation only that this multiplied by this, so this is equal to this, and this value is lower, so we are taking this, then we divide it by 30 and multiply by salary, so this is the exemption. Okay.
But what will be the title in working note? I don't know. If working note is available, you can scroll through.
It's there. Here it is. Can you see this?
Yeah, so then here it is, cash equivalent to like statutory limit.
Nothing you have to write.
Title.
Simply you do the calculation.
Okay, then ABC and then the calculation. No, nothing need to be written here. Actually, leave encashment.
Yeah, leave it off. Just leave it off. Just the figures you write. That's also fine. 20,000 into 330 divided by 30. If there would have been something else, you would have written that and calculate the value. You can also say 3 instead of 330. You can say 330 or this value, whichever is lower, and accordingly you can calculate. I hope you are getting why I'm saying that 330 or the another value, whichever is lower. Like we have,
I understood that.
950 or 900, whichever is lower, divided by 30, something like that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Can somebody else try the same provision? Anvisa, you didn't say the other 3 values.
I can try.
Yeah, please, Anna.
The provision or the values?
No. The whole provision. Go for the whole provision.
Okay. So one is the statutory limit, which is 3 lakhs. The next is 10 into average salary. Third is the actual leave encashment balance that has been received. And the last one is the number of completed years into 30, or the actual if less, or the actual available, whichever is lower, divided by 30 into salary.
Perfect. That's awesome.
And for government employees, it's 100% exempt.
Sana, one more question. Yeah. Can you revise the gratuity provision?
Oh, yes, sure. One was 20 lakhs. The statutory limit was 20 lakhs.
Perfect.
The next one was okay, sorry. So I'll say it in the way you had shown it. So for government employees, it is 100% exempt.
Yes.
Then the first category is where for employees who are registered under the Gratuity Act. So it would be 20 lakhs. The next was 15 by 26 into the salary into 30.
Perfect.
And the last one was the gratuity that has been received.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same for the ones who are not registered, just that instead of 15 by 26, it is 1 by 2 into salary into 30.
Perfect. And this, what you are calculating is the exemption, and we'll be taking whichever is lower, right?
Yeah. Whichever is lower, yes.
Perfect.
Yes. And we'll subtract that from what is received.
Yeah. The other thing for leave encashment is for government employees, again, that is also fully exempt. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you. Anybody who wants to try for a loan part? Concessional rate loan. Anybody?
Loan we had discussed last time.
I'm just repeating the discussion.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody wants to try? What is the provision for loan? So I think many members here are new because I'm assuming they have not seen the provisions. So for the loan, it is rate as per RBI minus rate of employer into loan balance. Simple calculation. This is what rate as per SBI minus rate of employer into loan balance. We are calculating the taxable value here. We are calculating the taxable value. This is not exemption. Please don't confuse. This is the taxable value. Number 2 is, can somebody remind me of the unfurnished accommodation?
Loan balance means whatever the amount of loan we have taken, right?
No. What is the balance that you are left with? That is important.
No, so whatever has already been paid, what about that?
Automatically that will be left off, no? So suppose you had taken 5 lakhs. You're paying off EMIs a lot. Your principal automatically gets reduced, isn't it?
Yes.
So what is the balance that was there for this year? That's what I'm referring to. Don't worry, in the exam, this will not be this complicated. They'll be giving the balance in the question itself. Okay. But if you want to understand in the logic, The balance.
Okay,
that
okay, understood. So that you mean to say the balance which for that particular financial year.
Yes, yes. Left out
Okay,
balance.
okay.
Absolutely.
Left
Because the
out balance.
principal
So whatever
gets
is
reduced.
whatever has been paid in past financial year, that doesn't need to be considered.
Perfect.
Whatever the amount I'm going to pay or I have paid in this current financial year, that
Perfect.
only need to be considered, that you are calling out as a loan balance.
Perfect. Perfect.
And as per the rate per SBI, this will also be given in the question.
Yes, yes, it will be given. It will be given. Always.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
So all these three values will be given in the question itself. Yes.
Every year there will be rate of change, right? So that has to be mentioned.
Rate of change, sorry, come again.
Every year there might be, or every year or maybe a couple of years, there is a chances of a change in the rate of SBI, right?
Yes.
In case nothing is given, you can take RBI repo rate.
This will not be that complicated, Sami. It's okay. Just one rate will be given, nothing else. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. Now, anybody who can remind me of the unfurnished accommodation given to the employee? What is the taxable value for it? Okay. This is the first time I'm going to do. Earlier and the other topics, no. If you don't see the previous video, then that's fine, because again the concepts are okay. We can start off with other thing, but here in income tax this becomes very difficult. I would recommend everybody to see the first session video, first discussion video. You will realize actually you can this will be on your tip only. You can remember these provisions like that only. So let me just remind this provision. It was if it is, we had two categories. One was accommodation owned by the employer, one was hired by the employer. So then if the valuation, if the value of the property is more than 25 lakhs, if I'm not wrong, that is the value of the property only, right? Anybody can confirm?
The population means city.
Sorry, it is population. My bad.
Yeah.
Yes, you are right. It is population. If the population is more than 25 lakhs, then it is 15% of the salary for, we are talking about the owned by employer. If it is 10 to 25 lakhs, it is 10% of the salary. If it is less than 10 lakhs, it is 7.5% of the salary. Now, what is this? It is the value that is going to be taxable. It is the value that is going to be taxable in the hands of employee. Now, in the other hand, where we have the hired or leased by employer, it will be actual rent paid by the employer or 15% of the salary, whichever is lower. Okay, so this is the provision. If I'll quickly repeat that, two categories: accommodation owned by the employer, another category is accommodation hired or leased by the employer. Owned by the employer, exceeding 25 lakhs, 15%, 10 to 25 lakhs, 10%, less than 10 lakhs, 7.5% of the salary. If it is hired or leased by the employer, it is lease rent paid or 15%, whichever is lower. Okay. Now, similarly, the valuation of acquisition of movable asset we can also take into consideration. Now,
so in this question also, this population will be given of the city.
Yes, or you can assume. If it is not given, you can assume based on what city they are talking about. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we can assume anything in that case.
Yeah,
right?
one of the examples, it was Bangalore.
Yeah,
so Bangalore, you know, it is for sure more than.
Exactly. Yes, Saurav, I think you can assume anything. Just write a note for it. That should be fine. Go for any assumption and write a note for it. That
so
is
when
acceptable.
we say 10% of salary or 15% of salary, this will be basic salary without dearness allowance.
10% of salary, 15% of salary, which one are you referring to?
Here, if population is more than 50 lakhs, 25 lakhs, right? Then, then you are saying that 15% of salary.
Look at this line, okay? Salary for this purpose is basic DA if it forms part of retirement premium, that is forms part of the salary, and bonus if it's there, commission if it is there, those will be included in that salary calculation.
This is a full gross salary only then.
No, not necessarily. There are a lot of other things on that. There are some exempt allowances also, which will not be included in here. So not necessarily it will be gross salary. Yeah. So I'm not going in detail about that, because again, you can refer to the video in detail. We have discussed
We'll do
a lot of
that.
times. We have discussed on that. So just go for that. Spend some time in that. I had 3 more provisions in mind to discuss, but I don't think we have time anymore. That's fine, not a problem. We'll take it up the next time. I'm planning on having another set of discussion in the weekday someday. Or if not, 15th is a holiday for me, so that day we can stretch and connect for more amount of time. Not a problem. Before we wind up, can somebody please revise the leave encashment once more? Anybody, please?
Yeah. So the number of years that the employee has worked,
Okay.
and into the number of leaves owed per year, 30 or lower.
Okay.
It is, if actual is lower. Sorry, I'm not making too much.
Not a problem. Not a problem. It's okay.
The actual leave balance, whichever is lower out of these two, divided by 30 into the basic salary.
The other amounts?
The other amounts are 20 lakhs. And,
no. You are confusing between.
Sorry, that is 3
gratuity.
lakhs and
Yes.
10 into the average salary.
And the last one? One more you left.
Actual leave encashment received.
Perfect. Okay, Anvesa, that's the easiest one.
Yeah.
But we often will forget. That happens. It's okay. Just focus on that. Actual leave encashment. Anvesa, what is the gratuity one?
Gratuity one is that one is 20 lakhs or the actual gratuity received, or the gratuity amount multiplied by 15. If again, all exempt for government employees for both these situations. If it is under the Gratuity Act, then 15 by 26 into the actual gratuity amount into 30. And if it is not, if the employee is not under the Gratuity Act, then 15 by 20 replaced by 1 by 2.
No, the formula you told was
Gratuity
slightly
or
incorrect.
salary?
Salary, it's salary. And it's not even 30, it's number of years completed.
Yes, completely confused. I'm sorry, everybody.
No problem. It's okay. Do one thing. Tell the provision once more for gratuity, please.
Okay, so for government employees, it is exempt, and if the employee is under the Gratuity Act, then 15 by 26 multiplied by the salary per month, multiplied by the number of years that they have worked for employees under the Gratuity Act and not under the Gratuity Act, 1 by 2 into the number of years that they have worked multiplied
the other two
by
components?
the salary, average salary per month.
Other two components?
The other two components are the actual gratuity amount or 20 lakhs.
Perfect. Thank you, Anusha. Just revise it by your own also if you try. No, by now we have already covered 5 different provisions, and let me tell you, these are important. These 5 provisions can be there in a full question and you are already done with it. So amazing. If others are also revising with it, amazing. Do try. If somebody wants to try now, please go for it. I want to give the platform. This is very nice. Actually, when you do it, you will also realize you are remembering it so fast. So please, anybody else want to try? Okay, not a problem. So we'll wind up now for the, give me one second.